Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar, and we are back with another recap review for Ready to Love. Y'all know that this is the reunion special, so let's get back into it. This is the second part of it, and I think it's three parts. So we gonna see what's going on this one, y'all. It started where it left off, where Camille was obviously lying about how she didn't say that she was gonna f these people up if they were to vote her man Cornelius off. They played back that beautiful bean footage and indeed were able to prove that she said it out of her own mouth, even though she was like, I didn't say that. Nobody is hiring a voice actor. Nobody is hiring anybody to do a voiceover because you said what you said. Like, girl, it is not that deep. You said what you said. Own it. I don't understand. Please get some help. Please take some medication at this point. Like, please get a little bit more Jesus in your life or something, because you claim that you are in touch with your spiritual side, but I cannot tell. Like, there are things that are not adding up. Because if you were that, coupled with the fact that you're saying that you're going to therapy, it would have been doing something. We would have been able to see some progress since you left the show, but we've seen none. Anyway, moving right along, they end up showing Walter and Sabrina's journey from beginning to end, and they wanted to know, like, did Walter expect the ending the way that it did come out and happen? And he was like, yeah, he was, blindsided and all that, because in his mind, Sabrina has been his number one the entire time. And she was just like, no, like, I've been telling you this entire time. You ain't been calling me. You ain't been setting it off for me. Other people seem to be able to get more out of you, or you act a certain way when you're in front of them or whatever. But her main gripe this entire time was communication. Why are you always telling somebody else to reach out to you? It needs to be reciprocated. I don't understand why people don't understand. I don't understand. And my thing is, for me, I don't like to talk on the phone, but I force myself to do it when I have to talk to my parents. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to talk to them, I'll talk to them on the phone if I have to. If I kind of like you, I'll try to tolerate it a little while and hope that you want to veer off and text more. And like, if we are going to talk, it's going to be somewhat brief, like 30 minutes or less, I guess. Not necessarily all day, every day, unless we became married or something. But after I initially got a cell phone when I was 18 years old, yeah, I know it's old. I was always that one reaching out to everybody and all that. I really loved it to be on the phone. I always wanted to be on the phone. Did all that, went above and beyond, and nobody really reciprocated that. And it's like now a lot of people want to be on the phone, and I'm like, I'm not here for it. But anyway, it didn't happen. It didn't work out between Sabrina and Walter. It is what it is. When they cut to go to commercial break, the two of them got up and embraced one another, and she asked him how was he doing, was he all right or whatever. Like, they had a nice little, hug and all that stuff. It is what it is, and they still seem to be decent towards one another, and they're still friends, so that is good. Mameen was very confused, and in finding out that Sabrina felt the way she felt, meaning that she felt that she was number two, because when Mameen came into the situation and she was trying to, you know, deal with Walter as well, it had always been clear that Sabrina is his number one. But the thing was, everybody just didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. He was not communicating well with her, if at all. It always, almost always, was one sided, where she was reaching out to him, and it's like, that's not how I go. So it just is what it is. It didn't work out. I mean, you have to do something. It's not one sided. That's not the way this goes. Despite the fact that they had a connection, it is what it is. And Sabrina was like, look, I'm too old for Walter and all this other stuff. But he was like, look, I want to have kids. And if I end up dating younger, it's only because I'm trying to get with somebody who gives me a better possibility of being able to procreate with me. And I get that, but there are a lot of older women out here setting it off, older than Sabrina, giving birth to these children. Healthy, nice, healthy children. But yeah, it is what it is. The next segment was about Courtney and her connection with Cornelius. She explained further that she definitely is a Leo, and she believes it being very adventurous, and if she wants something, she's gonna go out and get it. So she's gonna be outgoing about it. So it's nothing to her to try to go out and secure a man on her own without having to worry about being chased. Like, she will go after you. She will let you know. And she was giving clear signs that she wanted her a piece of Cornelius. And it is what it is. And it's funny to me because, like, I don't know if he's just one of those people where he just smiles a lot and he is trying to kind of hide how he really feeling about a situation, or is he doing it to be nice, or is he just doing it because he's nervous or whatever. I know some people really will smile out of nowhere because they're nervous or anxious about what's going to come out. Y'all, I don't know if y'all heard or saw the Cornelius tea is what I like to call it. Child, I don't know where it originally happened. I'm guessing that Courtney had a live and Cornelius was the subject. There was some mistress, if you will, that was dropping receipts that had, she had pictures that she was showing that she and Cornelius took together. Like, they were very comfy in these pictures. Like, he holding her tight, lifting her off the ground. She made it seem as though there was a New York trip that they took together. They slept in the same bed, slept together. And I heard, like, I haven't watched all of it yet, but I was going through the comment section. I was like, I gotta hurry up and come on here because I gotta hurry on up and come on here and get this done. But after I'm done with this, I'm going back to it. When I tell y'all that live, just the few minutes that I saw of that live was more interesting than this entire season, and it's sad. But anyway, this woman is claiming to have been intimate with Cornelius, and apparently the timeline is kind of overlapping, and he was already with Camille, and that she was under the impression that this show was just a joke, and that everybody just be going on here trying to get their foot in the door and all this other stuff, which I believe a lot of people do. There are several people who have been on this show who I have only seen them do acting gigs and stuff from here on out, and that's it. I heard that Cornelius is an actor of some sort. I thought he was something else, but whatever. I don't know how true that is. But anyway, heard that Corey's an actor. He's a terrible one at that, and we'll get to that later on. But yeah, I'm just like, what is really going on with everybody? Like, is there any truth to this? It's like, it's so skewed because the person who was revealing this information about this alleged stuff that had been going on, one minute she'll say that she and Cornelius had sex in the bed, and then the next minute she said they was kissing. That's one of the comments that I heard. Well, that's one of the comments that I read that, happened. That's what she said. I don't know. So a lot of people are like, they don't know whether to believe her or not. But either way, they feel as though Cornelius used her, and she's so stupid that she don't even realize that she has been being used by him and all this other stuff, and that they feel like this whole I'm a Christian, I am celibate bit is something that he is just throwing out there, and he'll tell you that, but then he'll sleep with you once he gets to know you. And I'm like, getting to know somebody, it can vary. Some people feel like they've gotten to know somebody within a week. Some people feel like it takes a couple of years to fully get to know somebody. So I don't know how true this tea is, but I'm gonna watch the rest of it when I get up off of here. I saw it on Little Black Book, I think is what it's called, his page, Kojo. He be coming through with all kinds of stuff. Oh, yeah, and I keep on forgetting to mention this. Y'all know, for those of y'all who saw the season that Rashid was on, y'all know I ain't never been here for him. Apparently, he and Simone, who was on that same season, are an item now. Just in case y'all didn't know. I mean, if it really is real, congratulations to the two of them. But yeah, I y'all know how it was with me and him. I was not here for him, and it really didn't seem like anybody was really here for him on the show, to be honest. But it is what it is. Um, Everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out, so only time will tell. So congratulations to them. Okay, so yeah, I said that because she actually was a part of the live as well. You know that Rashid and Simone, I think is what her name is, they do this thing together. It's kind of like a podcast, I guess you could say, and do these interviews where they interview people on the Ready to Love shows that come out after their season and all that stuff. So they've been able to rack up their numbers and all that stuff because they have already been out there, and they sometimes go out with these people and all that, and they become friends with them, so they're able to get like exclusive interviews and all that good stuff. And it is what it is. So I figured I'd drop that in there real quick for those of y'all who don't know. If I think about it, I will put the link to that channel so that y'all can see the live. It is like over an hour, but like I said, it was more interesting than the entire season of this show, which is very sad. But yeah, where was I? Because I got this going and playing and all that stuff. Because they done went to Corey. And I promise you, we're going to get to Corey. Because, child, please. Child, please. But yeah, they didn't really talk about much. And as far as Courtney was concerned. But all she really was just like, look, let me clarify some things. I don't see myself waiting 2 years to have sex with somebody, and I respect people who are celibate. It is what it is. Do what y'all do. And you know, Tanika told her she might need to wait for a guy to come to her and court her and all this other stuff instead of her just running after it, you know. Or if she gonna chase him and then let him woo her. Okay, so now on to the foolishness. Now on to the most hilarious part of this whole reunion. They went over to Corey. Y'all know I cannot stand him. I cannot. So anyway, let me fast forward through all this foolishness, which is the recap of what happened before. So they wanted to know what was going on because they played back how he really sat up there and did cut and paste the entire time he was on this show. He all of a sudden like does this terrible acting because we looking like what? Like, y'all, I was at work watching this rain. I had to take my glasses off. I took my glasses off. I didn't have those on. Y'all, I had these on. I took these off. I was like, y'all, I really was crying, laughing. I really was like, because at first I was like, what is even happening? And then I was like, was he supposed to be crying? Oh my gosh. Like even hearing it right now while I'm trying to do this, I really cannot. I'm really trying not to laugh. Because he really was like, oh, people just don't understand. I want everything that I've been doing for these people. I want that same love from a woman. And I'm like, I really can't. My thing is this. You cannot sit up here and cut and paste. Everybody is not the same. Why would you sit up there and think that one thing is what you need to do for 15, 20 women in the same house? Like, I know it ain't that many people in the house, but I'm just saying, for every single woman in the house that you have the slightest bit of an interest in, you done rolled up on 5, 7, 10 women, possibly, and said, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. I want you to meet my mom and dad. I want you to meet my parents. You done said this to everybody. People have receipts of you doing this. So it's very, very, it's not genuine. That does not come off as genuine. So why would you do that? And then you're going to get on here. Courtney, y'all, wait a minute. You know what did it for me? Courtney's sitting next to him. Courtney is sitting next to him so unbothered. Like, Tanika wanted to know if her stance has changed. She was like, this ever asked her, did this soften her heart? I would, girl, I'm so glad it ain't me. Y'all don't understand. I cannot hold back my emotions. Like, something happened today where I got tried. Y'all, I might tell y'all about it in the next Married Man Side Heifer saga, which won't start until, like, I guess a week and a half from now, because the side heifer and the married dude come back Monday, supposedly. Child, she sat there for a second, like she really was like, am I gonna lie to these people or am I gonna tell the truth? And so she was like, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, and even I'm so glad Mumin said what she said. She said, why would you do that? It's obvious that you have a box that you check. Like you're doing the most. You over here cutting and pasting. That is not the way you do things. I don't understand why Sabrina was like, no, y'all don't understand. I've talked to him outside of here. His heart is pure. He's being genuine. Girl, no, this ain't it. I would have been quiet as a church mouse in that moment. I don't care what private conversation I had with him. I would have been like, please don't let this man say, Sabrina, am I fake? Child, I can't. So anyway, now they trying to address the situation between him and Tasia. So she over here like, say it, Corey. Say that we have a you know, whatever. Say that there's a threesome, a foursome, or whatever. Because she said that when everybody was talking about all of these messages had been sent, that she got the same messages. So don't try to sit up here and make it seem like, you know, I wasn't getting these messages too. You was over here asking me to meet your parents and telling me that you wanted me to meet your parents too and all this other stuff. Corey kept trying to interject. And it's some foolishness. He over here talking about people were not feeling her approach and whatever. He talking about he always been here for her. And I'm just like, no, you have not been. Corey, you are one of those people where he is, what was that man's name on the last season? What's his name? Jonathan, who turned into a pastor or whatever. I like who like me. If you give him, if you say hey to him, you don't open the door at this point. If you say hey there, you don't open the door, you done messed up. Now he think he got a leg up on the competition. Child, please. But yeah. And like she had to fight to try to get him to say, are you a third party? Am I a third party? Like she really wants to be in on it. And I don't know why. That is embarrassing because he is embarrassing. I wouldn't even want my name associated with none of this. I would have just been like, child, we ain't got no segment to discuss. And at this point, shoot, I would have pulled a shallow. I wouldn't have even showed up because ain't nothing to discuss. There's nothing to discuss. I'm just like, girl, you could have stayed at the house for this. And so they talking about whenever they had a deliberation, all the dudes was talking about to see it was cool. But you do know that that's usually code for a homegirl. Everybody who says they get the homie vibes and all that stuff, that means y'all ain't checking for them. Y'all are not interested in them like that. Y'all would sit up there and have them as a wing person versus saying that's my woman. So I'm gonna just need for all of y'all to stop saying that somebody is, oh, they so cool. They give me the homie vibes. I see them as my homie. That means you don't like them like that. They are not for this show for you. And we gonna quit ignoring the elephant in the room, which is the fact that Tasia is not shaped like Zadia. She is not shaped like Aisha and all these other people who they live for because their bodies are banging. It is what it is. If you don't like big folks, just say that. You know what I'm saying? That day that Corey saw her in whatever outfit she had on, she had stuff cinched in and snatched in, and it's cool. Do what you do. But these people, a lot of these people are not here for that. The further up north you go, if you don't look like Aisha or look like Zadia, they ain't here for it. It is what it is. Like I call a spade a spade. I know good and well if I was to go on that show, would nobody be checking for me? It is what it is. It is what it is. And people stay checking for me. But I know good and well they would not be realistically checking for me. They would probably pull exactly what they've done on here. They'd be like, oh, you got a cool personality. Oh, you nice. Yeah, people love my personality. I am a nice person. But would you actually see me as someone that you would marry and in the same breath, you would be willing to be out in public with me and claim me and look at me as if I was the most delicious thing that you've ever seen in life. Oh, okay, then that's what I thought. But anyway, y'all, now they're moving on to Dante to talk about what all went on with them and him and Zadia. That situation that happened with Zadia shouldn't have happened. And it just is what it is. And so she over here like, look, I done already said I'm sorry. It is what it is. Naeem is over here setting it off for this heifer. And I'm just like, you loud and wrong as usual. You going off for somebody who don't live for you. And even in this moment, like this, look, I'm so over them and her over him. Like, just them individually, to the point where I didn't even realize that I guess they was trying to match. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, and not me having on the same color Jesus. Oh no. Not me having on maroon and whatnot. But anyway, burgundy. But look, I guess she got on plum, but it looked like they kind of trying to match, but I said what I said. So anyway, ignore that. But it's a mess. And so, like, she really was sitting up there trying to make it seem like she was picking Naeem or whatever. And I'm like, girl, you had no choice. He was the only one living for you because wasn't nobody living for him. So he was like, well, let me try to shoot my shot. And he was on the way out. Dante was on the way out. And you were just like, well, let me shoot my shot. She was not checking for you. Y'all ain't even together from what I can gather. Like, I don't even remember them asking if they are together. They trying to make it seem like they're together, but I don't think they're together. But anyway, she apologized again, and I don't feel like she's sincere, just like I don't feel like she was sincere the first time she said it. It is what it is. Let's move right on along. Now they're showing Dante and Aisha's journey from start to finish, and even though they were not each other's top at first, unexpected events happened and they ended up linking up and being together. So far, this is the season where they are the main ones who got together, just like last season. It was Jason and Liz, and they are not together anymore. And I'm not saying that in a way that I want to kind of project that onto their relationship. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that lately there has been like one main couple that really, really stood out, that made it to the end, and they were together and they dated and whatever. But then they ain't together no more. Hopefully they will make it. We shall see. Only time will tell. But you could tell that as they were discussing how things have been going with them, Zadia was hating, Camille was hating, wouldn't even look over there. I was like, oh, you mad. You mad. Child, I can't. But yeah, like you can see they are really having fun together and it's cute, you know. They wanted to know if she, you know, had actually cooked in her, you know, lingerie for him. And you could tell by not responding and the way that they responded body language wise and facial expressions that it happened. So it is what it is. Child, they gonna sit up there and eventually show, I guess, their little trailer for next season's Ready to Love, which is coming on next Friday. Child, I'm gonna have to go to the website and see if they updated it yet, because, well, I might have to go to their own website because Essence had it, like, stuff was not the way it should have been. Pictures and names were not corresponding. And when I did my little, you know, before the show is gonna air type situation where I just want to talk about it and just talk about how they look and, you know, whatever is going on, I don't know. So I might actually have to do it again, hopefully, if somebody puts an update up there. But yeah, they wanted to know, is marriage in their future? And they like, you know, we taking things slow, but anything is possible. And I, you know, with shows like this, I hate when they ask that. Don't ask that when they have barely been together a couple of months. Like, I don't understand. So now we at the end of the episode and they talking about, oh, for those of y'all who were single and, you know, you didn't make it with the person you thought you was going to be with, anybody, you know, have anybody that you want to shoot your shot at. Tyrone, like I hadn't told y'all before, this show has given him some kind of confidence that I don't understand why he has it. Like, he has the audacity to say, well, is the host off limits or something like that. I'm like, sir, if you don't get somewhere. So they ended up throwing it back over to Tommy, and he thanked Tanika for doing the reunion. And, that's when they ended up showing what's going to happen on the next season of Ready to Love. I'm ready. I'm just here for the dude who got the locks and the thick neck, the thick athletic neck, like I told y'all in my little, the little video that I put up when I was talking about it when they first released it and said that it was coming out. But anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed this recap review for Ready to Love. The second episode of the reunion special. Y'all, please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Give this video a thumbs up, and let's get down in the comment section and discuss this foolishness, especially if you've heard about this Cornelius T. Bye, y'all.